have no idea at all how long I'm going to have this signal. It's not even a good signal. Hey, I'm Bill Marion. Welcome to A Nose for Life. This is a live stream edition at an undisclosed mountain location somewhere on the western wall of the Appalachian Mountains. Okay, I'm at Spruce Knob. I've already put it in the description. I'm at Spruce Knob in West Virginia, social distancing. There's nobody here. Spruce Knob is one of those places where nobody's here most of the time. I mean, you get a little bit of traffic, a few people in and out every now and then. They do have the facilities closed here. But one of the reasons why I wanted to pipe in and go live is just some quick information that's interesting. I'm going to make a little bit longer of a video later. But first of all, it's crazy because the Appalachian Trail, they've closed it. And my buddy Toby, I'm actually going to share some of his pictures in a video that I'm going to make later today or something that he made on the Cumberland Trail, and they closed it. He got on the Cumberland Trail and was hiking, enjoying himself, had a great day, and then he gets back to his car, and they leave a message, or I guess the park ranger, leaves a message on his window saying, hey, we've shut the park down, be safe, and things like that. So I'm trying to get my head around that because I'm trying to figure out why you wouldn't want people in a time like this, why you wouldn't want people hiking where they're not around anybody. And maybe somebody smarter than I am, can help me in the comments and say, this is why they're doing it, what the explanation is. All you get from like the websites, all you're getting really is an explanation of why they're doing it, in the sense of this is going on, yada yada yada. But you're not getting any type of scientific explanation. Well, if you're on a trail, this can happen and this can happen. The only thing that I can think of is if it has something to do with maybe search and rescue, not putting their lives at danger, or maybe not, if the facilities are closed, then you get a lot of people using the bathroom outside. On the Appalachian Trails, you have a lot of shelters where people can shelter during storms, and of course that crowds people together, so that kind of makes sense. Maybe I'm answering this question myself and I didn't even know I could do that. It's actually a beautiful, beautiful day outside. Again, there's nobody up here. I think there's probably a handful of cars. But here's what's funny is on the way over here, every look-off was, well, I mean, we didn't stop, but it's jam-packed. I mean, we are participating in the sense that, as far as what we've been asked to do by the president and our governor, governor here in West Virginia, governor in Virginia, to social distance and all that kind of stuff. The only thing that I'm kind of, it's not that I'm boycotting, it's just that the idea of, you're gonna have to have some exercise, you gotta get some fresh air, and so there's not a whole lot that has to, I don't feel a whole lot of pressure not to go hiking. I don't think that there's a whole lot of crime in that. Now, Mom always going to pipe in. I love it. Mom just piped in and said it has to do with grouping. But most of the time, I will say this, not to argue, never argue with your mother, but most of the time when people are hiking, they're by them, not most of the time, that's a generalization. A lot of the times, people are hiking by themselves. Now, there's a couple of people coming down the trail here now, but I'm already moving, and there's a lot of space between them and us. And I think this is why some people get frustrated with some of the things that we've been asked to do. But here's the thing, we at church today, and we did parking lot service where people drive in, and you know what, we had a great time. I mean, we enjoyed that type of fellowship. It was different. It's kind of gimmicky in that sense where you feel like you're at an event more than a church service. But I want to tell you, man, it was very authentic, and God moved. It was, I think that we had a lot of positive feedback from it. So churches all over this region and all over the Deep South, that's what they're doing. And we streamed that service, if you want to check that out, at Ray of Hope Harrisonburg. That's at Ray of Hope Harrisonburg on Facebook. I'm just an old-fashioned Pentecostal pastor, but I think if you'll enjoy the message, if you want to hear an encouraging word on how do you respond to some of these headlines that are just so draconian, what's taking place in some of these cities, and when you look at the statistics, it seems dark. But there is a biblical way to respond. So go to Ray of Hope Harrisonburg and check that out on Facebook, Ray of Hope Harrisonburg, and maybe get some encouragement too. One of the things that I preach on is Palm Sunday, and one of the things that I preached on today is the people crying out when Jesus rode in on the donkey, and they were crying out, Hosanna. And that word is a Greek word that actually originated in Hebrew, and it's Hoshiana is the word, and what it means is God save me, and it's a cry and it's a plea for help, and that's what I preached on today. So check that out too. I don't want to get in these folks' way. They're kind of walking this way. We're all practicing our social distancing right now and being good. at what we've been told to do from the government. But people do need their exercise, so they're coming up here and just stretching out. If you've not watched our other videos that we have on Spruce Knob in this part of the country here in West Virginia, there's about a 16 to 17 degree difference in temperature between the valley and the top of Spruce Knob. Now the elevation, I can't remember, 4,200 feet if I'm not mistaken. You can check out that video. I'll probably link it later if you're watching this a few days from now, or you can just go through the catalog, and I've made 4 or 5 videos up here. But it's not just the elevation. The elevation will give you 10 degrees. Loft Mountain over there on the Skyline Drive, Loft Mountain, you know, it's going to be about a 10-degree difference. But one of the reasons why Spruce Knob is so much cooler is because it's the western wall of Appalachia, and every single cold front that comes through, it slams into this mountain. And over in Harrisonburg, which is just across the valley a piece, the way a crow flies, as we say in the South, it's not far at all, but it'll take about an hour and a half to get back to Harrisonburg. Harrisonburg sits in a rain shadow because of this mountain range. I hope that you have had a wonderful, blessed Sunday. I hope that you're surviving. I hope that you're doing amazing. And I hope, I'm not sure what, I was gonna close it out, but Mom says 3 hours. 3 hours from where? No, it's only an hour and a half from Spruce Knob to Harrisonburg. So that's all it is. See, arguing with my mother again. That's just how that works. Nevertheless, I hope you guys have had a great time this past week, social distancing, resting at home. But if you're still working, I know Donald Raven, I haven't got to post his picture yet. One of our subscribers to the channel sent in a picture to our Facebook page where he is disinfecting an ambulance. And it's really cool. Like, he is scouring this thing down. And so we're going to put that up on our next video as well. As always, I want to thank you so much for watching all of our videos and hitting that like button, that subscribe button. If you have any interesting pictures, by the way, just like Donald submitted a picture, if you have any interesting pictures from this time period and what we're going through together, because we're all in this together, send them to our Facebook page. Just inbox me and send it, and just, you know, a little note saying that it's okay for me to use it, maybe a little description. We would love to have that. It'd be amazing, and we'll talk about it on our next channel, maybe even on our next live version. I'm gonna try to get on here as much as possible this week. Again, I hope you guys have a fantastic week.